The template I'm about to demonstrate is something you can build yourself to calculate inventory turns for all of your SKUs, or you can follow a link in the notes to download a copy. I've built this in Excel since that's the tool that almost everyone has. If you're lucky enough to have access to a full ERP system or inventory management tool, this information is probably calculated for you. This video is meant for people who do not have access to an enterprise system or inventory management tool. I'll show you two tabs. Each tab gives you the same results for your data, but depending on how you have your data organized, one tab might be more convenient than the other. The first tab, which is the one I'm on, tab 1, is for everyone who has already rolled up their cost of goods sold and their inventory cost for each item. The second tab, and it's actually split across tabs 2A and 2B, is for people who have exported individual sales transactions, meaning that you have not rolled up the cost of goods sold and the inventory cost for each item. It's all mixed together in a long list of sales transactions. So let's start with the first tab, since it's very simple. For every item, I've put in the item number or SKU and a description. Now the description is just for your reference. It won't impact the inventory turns calculation at all. If you enter the cost of goods sold in column D and the inventory cost in column E, the template will calculate the inventory turns for each item. You'll see up here that I have an inventory turns goal of 4 turns per year. That's a pretty good benchmark to hit, but if you'd like to aim for a different target, you can enter any value you wish in that cell. Based on the goal you set, the template will highlight in green all of the items that meet or exceed your goal for turns per year. One thing I should point out is that for items that don't meet your goal, they are turning slower than the ones in green, but keep in mind that if any of those items are new items, the number of turns may be low only because you haven't been selling that item for very long. That would make the cost of goods sold lower, and therefore the turns will be lower. Now you may be wondering what costs to include in the cost of goods sold and inventory cost. For that, I highly recommend my video on how to calculate inventory turns, where I discuss the difference between the costs that your finance expert wants to include and the costs that an inventory expert wants to include. Finance tends to have costs in this total that have little to do with how fast inventory goes out the door, which means it has little to do with actual turns. It's worth a watch, and you'll see what I mean. Inventory cost is the cost of your inventory based on what you paid to obtain or produce that inventory. Cost of goods sold is based on a period in time. I prefer to use the last 365 days of sales, so I pick up any effects of seasonality. Now let's kick over to tab 2A. This tab is what you can use if your data is coming from individual sales transactions. For example, the first 5 lines are sales records for item number 1. In the first sale, you sold 13 units. In the second sale, you sold 32 units, and so on. Each sale has a unit cost associated with it that we can put in column E. And if we're multiplying columns D times E, that's going to give us our cost of goods sold for that transaction. Now, you do not have to put your sales records in any order here. I've just put all of item number 1 together as a demonstration. The records for item number 1 can be on any rows in this file. Now, let's flip over to tab 2B to continue this example. If we look at the formula in column G, which is shown above up here, it's checking tab 2A for all records associated with item 1. In our example, it's going to find the first 5 records for item number 1 on tab 2A, and it will add them up for you. This gives us our total for the cost of goods sold for item number 1. In the blue columns, we record the number of units that we have on hand, so we have units in stock for each item. Based on the unit cost, we multiply the on-hand inventory count by the unit price, and that gives us our inventory cost. We now have the cost of goods sold and the inventory cost for all of our items, and therefore column H can now calculate the number of turns just like we did on tab 1. I hope you find this template useful. You can use this video to build a custom template for yourself that works best for you, or you can visit the link in the notes to download this exact template.